So right now in our creators, one of the best events for blueprint farming is indeed the electromagnetic storm. I'm going to do 2 runs on this event. We're going to hop in here to Dam Battlegrounds, as you can see, and then we're going to go into Blue Gate as well. I'm going to take you on a loot run that is really good for farming blueprints. Alright, so we have spawned here down beside the testing annex. Right, let's make our way up to the testing annex. Now the good thing about the testing annex building is there actually is a high rate of augments spawning in there, blueprint augments spawn in there, and we got a close spawn. So let's make our way up and see what type of blueprints we can pull out on this run. First, let's go in and loot up this little building that does be beside the extraction here. There can be a spawn of a couple of containers in here, well worth hitting up. Let's turn on our hood as well. We had our hood turned off there. Yeah, let's see what we pull out. Now the electromagnetic raid is fantastic for pulling out weapon blueprints, and also the snap hook blueprint. Really good for snap hook blueprint. I think I've pulled out like 5 or 6 snap hook blueprints from the electromagnetic raid alone on Dam Battlegrounds. It's very, very good for it. So right now the rotation of events is actually terrible in the game. It's brutal. I think it was 4.5 hours I had to wait for a night raid on the new Riventides map the other day. Like, that is crazy. 4.5 hours for a night raid. Doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure why the devs are limiting the events for us. It makes no sense. But that's why right now the electromagnetic raid is absolutely free farming for blueprints. As you've seen, one of the first containers we open in the testing annex, we do indeed pull out the snap hook blueprint. So we seem to be the only one here, so we're just going to keep moving and looting through this building and see what type of loot we can pull out. Now I have no keys on me, no keys whatsoever. We're just going to be going around to locations and looting them up. After we loot up this building, we're going to head towards research and admin. Research and admin is by far one of the best buildings for blueprints. Alright, we're going to make our way towards the back area now. This is the good spot for blueprint spawns. I would recommend, if you are blueprint hunting and you're mainly looking for augments and you're coming to this area, make sure you're looting this medical facility spot first to get in, to be able to get a chance of getting them augments. Now in this area there actually is a couple of hidden containers that not a lot of people tend to loot. I have showed it in previous videos, but it's well worth looting, as there does be augments hidden away back there. So behind most of these cabinets that are pushed up against the wall, there actually is containers behind them. Now for most of them you just have to stand on the desk and you can actually get to open the container that's pressed up against the wall. There's other few that you just have to come behind and you can just easily open it. So no spawn of the containers this time, but they can indeed spawn behind the good majority of desks in this room. So I have research and admin fully looted up. We did indeed just get 1 blueprint from it, so we're going to make our way over towards research and admin, see if we can pull out any more blueprints. Alright, let's get this door breach open, and then we can make our way up to research and admin and get looting. So please do let me know down in the comments how many blueprints you have collected this expedition. That is, if you have done the expedition. And also, what blueprints are you thinking, or even what items are you thinking of bringing with you on the next expedition, now that you can bring over 5 extra items? I'm thinking a survivor augment, for me for sure, survivor augment, maybe a snap hook blueprint, and I might bring a legendary weapon as well. And I kind of have to pick and choose the other 2 as well. It's definitely something I'm going to have to think about. I might actually make a video on that. What are the best items to bring? But let me know what items you're thinking of bringing on the next expedition. That's if you have unlocked all 5 slots. Alright, we're going to make our way up onto the 2nd floor here in research and admin. I don't think there's any players here. There was a couple of arc down here, which is always a good sign. It means someone hasn't rotated in this way. The minute I say that, someone pops up there, little voice comms on the side. Could be just bugging out though, I know that does happen sometimes. There's a shredder here as well we gotta deal with, but first of all we're gonna just keep looting. Another thing I want to ask you guys, has anyone actually found the Rascal blueprint, or is that thing just non-existent? I still have not found it. Alright, let's deal with the good old shredder here. Still don't hear any players, which is a good thing. Hopefully we get to loot this whole building to ourselves. Alright, nice shredder dealt with. Now we can keep looting. Oh, that's not a good sign. The minute we come around the corner, all containers are open. So we're going to have to scavenge through this building to see what isn't and what is looted. This side seems pretty decent, so we're going to keep looting up this side and see what we can pull out here. Good few containers on this side anyway, so we should be good. There's another blueprint. Second blueprint in the bag. Nice. A stock there. Very good stock for the Renegade. I do already have it. I do have most blueprints, but I like to take you on these runs just to show you some good spots, especially for new players who are coming in. There's a lot of new players that does be in my comments, so it's good to show you these runs. Get people up to date. I'm really looking forward to October update. Like, the content is... we're in a drought. We're content drought. But I think there's a new update coming next week. Just been announced today. How big it's going to be, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, stay tuned for that one next week. I'm going to have a couple of more videos planned. I might be able to get them out before that. A couple of more videos planned before that, hopefully. Nonetheless, let's keep looting here. Living life on the edge here. Minimum heals. Minimum heals. Okay, nice. We got a silencer blueprint there. We actually didn't have that one either. It's always nice to get one that you don't have. Yeah, electromagnetic storm, as you can see, is just really good for weapon attachments. Muzzle brake 3 blueprint, we didn't have it. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. So that is all over research and admin looted up. Next place we're going to go to here, I'm going to make my way over towards the controlled access zone. Not a lot of people actually have been looting that up in the raids I've been in, and it's full of containers as well. So let's make our way towards control access zone near Pipeline Tower. That's why you always got to be watching where the lightning is striking, because sometimes you get the fossilized fuel that drops down you can get, and that is worth 4k. I found 5 of them the other day in a raid on Blue Gate. 5 of them. Alright, made our way over here to the controlled access zone. Let's get in and loot it up. We're going to take a little left here through this door once we come up this way. There'll be a couple of containers here as well, close enough to us. Keep moving out. And no spawns of the containers here. Maybe one on top. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Alright, let's breach open this container and move down into the next section. 4 blueprints so far gone, which is pretty decent. Yeah, nothing in that. Alright, let's move down. Such a pity that this area... You still need other raiders to be able to do the secret door. Like, that's such a pity. I barely ever see anyone open it anymore, because just to get 3, I think you can do it with 3 raiders, right? So to get 3 raiders in this area at one time to be able to open it is almost impossible these days. Especially with the new update to the PvE and PvP servers. So I fully ran through control access, no blueprints. Instead of me wasting your time, I actually got no blueprints in there. So we're going to sprint over towards the power generator complex, down beside where the rod room is. We're going to go down towards that area to see if it's been looted, just to see if we can get one more blueprint here before we extract. So if I am going towards the generator hole extraction point, I do like to come down into the power generator complex in this little underground area just to double check if it's been looted. Sometimes there actually can be some decent loot down here as well. Alright, that is 5 blueprints got. That is pretty good. We're going to head towards the extraction once we loot up these final few containers. So that is run number 1 done. That is 5 blueprints in the first run. Pretty good going. Let's get into the next one. Alright, so we actually got a perfect spawn for this here. So I love doing these electromagnetic storm raids when we get a spawn here on Blue Gate, close enough to the village. So let's make our way straight down towards the village area here, and we're going to loot this up and see how many blueprints we can pull out on this run. I do have a couple of stims with me. We can start popping these stims and make our way down towards the village. See what type of loot we can get. I absolutely would love to hear how many blueprints you guys have pulled out in this expedition. I find blueprints are a little bit more harder to get this run, or this time round, as it is, as there's not as much events. There isn't as much events. The events seem to be all over the place at the moment. Secret backpack hidden in there. It's always a good one to go to. I'm going to start over here on the left. We've no keys with us this time. Just going to be straight up looting everything. Everything and anything. Right, so on these runs, I like to just grab as much as I can until my backpack is full, and then switch out the good stuff and the bad stuff. That's the way I like to do it. Come upstairs here. Okay, nice. Got a little necklace there that can sell for a bit. No drawers on this side. Okay, we can leave the computer. Let's drop out. Can I get out? Nice. Alright, now we can come back down into this little lower section here. We're going to loot up this. And this is such a good spot for blueprints. And if you have the key for here, I would highly recommend bringing the key with you. Move into the next building now. Couple of raiders in this area. Make our way upstairs. Not much drawers spawning in. It's a pity. Oh, we got two cabinets here. Nice. We got a radio and some chemicals. Let's see what else we can get in this one. Photograph. Okay, we're trying to grab up all this stuff. Move down to the next area now. And make sure you're coming and looting up these bins, because sometimes there actually can be blueprint spawns in these bins. It is well worth hitting up. Up this way just to make sure. Loot up this container. First blueprint in the bag, not too bad. We can switch like that. Alright, now we're going to move into the lower section here. Up this building first. Alright, let's get this one opened up. I would also love to hear from you. What games are you thinking of playing near the end of the year? There's so much new games coming out. I would love to hear what games that you guys are thinking of playing. There's another blueprint in the bag, the vertical grip 3 blueprint. Yeah, I'd love to hear what games everyone is thinking about going to. I know there's a new DMZ coming out. I never actually played DMZ. Be interested to see what type of games you guys like. Would you be interested in some DMZ content? It's coming at an awkward time though, right? It's coming at the same time of Ark Raiders big update. I don't know about that from me, to be honest. We'll see, we'll go with the flow for now. See what's happening. Right, a couple more containers here. Let's get these ones looted up as quick as possible. We're on 2 blueprints so far. Ooh. Alright, now we can loot it up. Okay, not too bad. Let's move down to the next side here. There's another raider making his way down as well.
Don't shoot.
Oh, this side might be looted already. Has it been? This isn't opened. Let's see. A couple of raiders around this area. Okay, he's gone into that building in there. A lot of this seems to be looted. Yeah, he got this side. Let's double check the lower end here and see if he's looted up this lower side. Ooh, still some containers left here. Not too bad. A lot of this hasn't actually been looted. Deal with the good old arc here. Climb out the window. Yeah, it's like blueprints are so hard to find in this wipe. I think it's the lack of good events. Like sometimes you have to wait like 6 hours for an event on a certain map, which is kind of crazy. Like waiting for a night event, 6 hours waiting for a night event. It's absolutely crazy, to be honest. It shouldn't be a thing. I think night events should be in rotation every like hour. Every hour, hour and a half. The fact that you're waiting that long is just madness. I think why they've done it though is to slow us down a little bit. They don't want us having everything done, considering that the updates are only going to be coming once every 6 months. So I feel like they're trying to slow us down a little bit. Be careful of that rocketeer over there. Very surprised half of this isn't looted. There's another blueprint in the bag. 3 blueprints so far. Not looking too bad. Alright, this is this building. Looted up. Just make sure we avoid the rocketeer here. Oh, he actually fully missed me there. Nice. Okay, we're good. We're all good. Now what's in here? Velocity ship. We can come back and grab that. Actually, do you know what? We can grab it now. Very surprised them 2 players didn't come down near this area and loot it. Like, you can't be half looting. Can't be half looting this area. Right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 blueprints so far. Such a good event for blueprints. Electro Storm has always been my go-to event for getting blueprints. It's so good. There's another one. Wow, look at that. That's really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Especially this area. There's just so much containers in the village. Like when you have people that are just half looting this area, it'd be crazy not to come here. Alright, let's make our way up onto the roof. 5 blueprints. 10 minutes. Not bad going at all. Let's just double check this key room just in case. So they came down, looted the key room, didn't loot anything else, missed out on like 3 blueprints. Interesting. Don't think this guy left much, to be honest. Not much work crying home about. Alright, so I think we can get out of here now. Oh, we've 17 minutes left. We can pick and choose where we want to go here. We're going to go back up to the top side of the village. There is a couple of other spots we can hit up. See where the nearest extraction is. Now, if you want, you could totally get out, hit the extraction if you wanted. More than likely, the rest of this place is going to be looted. Oh, this is not fun. More than likely, a good majority of these places on the map is going to be looted. Deal with the old rocketeer here. Alright, that's nice. We can get some rocketeer drivers off him here. Alright, we're going to just do a quick run through here in the village to make sure that there's nothing left behind. Double check this press. This is the press I was trying to check here. Where the good old rocketeer came. Now, if we make our way up here, sometimes there actually can be loot up there. Yeah, nice. Let's see what we get in the weapon crate. Yeah, we'll grab that. So that is 2 insane loot runs, both on electromagnetic grid. Well worth hitting up. I am going to scavenge a little bit more here and then make our way towards the extraction. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blueprints on this run. Very, very nice. Alright, we're going to make our way up to the extraction, head out, and dip. That is all for now, guys. Hope these 2 loot runs help you out getting them extra blueprints that you've been struggling to get. This right now is one of the best raids for getting blueprints. I haven't done a blueprint video in a while, so that's why I said I'd do one today for you. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this little bit of content. Stay safe out there, and I will talk to you in the next one.